Good morning. In group theory, today we will study properties of a group. In earlier lectures, we have studied that binary composition is a rule which associates to each pair of elements AB belonging to G cross G to a unique element A star B belonging to G. Further, we studied a non-empty set equipped with one or more binary operation is called a algebraic structure. A group is not simply a set, but it is an algebraic structure, that is a set equipped with binary operation which satisfies certain axioms like closure axiom, associativity, existence of identity, existence of inverse. Although I mentioned that there is no need of closure axiom because by definition of a binary operation A star B belong to G for all AB belonging to G. A group is abelian if A star B is equal to B star A. And a group is finite if it contains a finite number of elements and otherwise it is infinite. The number of elements in a group is called its order. We also studied composition table and used it to demonstrate that a given set under a given binary operation is a group. But for this, we should have finite number of elements in a given set. So today we will study some properties of a group. First of all, uniqueness of identity. Identity element in a group is always unique. Suppose it possible that there are two identity elements E and E dash. If E is an identity element, then E star E dash is equal to E dash star E. If E dash is an identity element, then E dash star E is equal to E star E dash equal to E. But in both of our above equations, we have E star E dash and E dash star E. But E star E dash is unique element of G, so E is equal to E dash. Hence, the identity element in a group is always unique. Now we come to cancellation laws. Suppose A, B, C are arbitrary element of a group G equipped with a binary operation star. Then A star B is equal to A star C implies B equal to C. Means left cancellation law holds in a group. Also B star A equal to C star A implies B equal to C. Right cancellation law hold good in group. Let E be the identity element of a group G equipped with a binary operation star. Let A belongs to G. We know that inverse of each element of a group exists. Therefore, we may write A inverse star A is equal to E is equal to A star A inverse. Let A star B is equal to A star C. We pre-multiply both sides of this equation by A inverse. So A inverse into A star B. On the right hand side we have A inverse star A star C. Using associativity, A inverse star A star B is equal to A inverse star A star C. But A inverse star A is E, which is identity element. Therefore, E star B is equal to E star C. But E star B is B because E is identity. E star C equal to C because E is the identity element. Therefore, we are left with B equal to C, and hence the left cancellation law hold good in a group. Similarly, for the right cancellation law, let E be the identity element of a group G equipped with a binary operation star. We know that inverse of each element of a group exists. Therefore, A belonging to G implies A star A inverse equal to E equal to A inverse star A. Let B star A is equal to C star A. Post multiplying both sides by inverse, we get B star A inverse equal to C star A inverse. By associativity axiom, we get B star into A star A inverse equal to C star A inverse. A star A inverse is identity element. Therefore, we are left with B star E on the left hand side and C star E on the right hand side. And this implies B is equal to C. Therefore, right cancellation law hold good in a group. I want to mention here that the cross product of two vectors does not obey the cancellation laws. That is, if A cross B is equal to A cross C, then it does not imply that B equal to C, even if A is not equal to 0. For this, if we take one example, if A is equal to I plus J plus K, B equal to 2I and C equal to minus 2J plus 2K, then A cross B is equal to 2J minus 2K and A cross C is also equal to 2J minus 2K. So A cross B is equal to A cross C. But one may observe that B is not equal to C. Now we come to uniqueness of inverse. Let A be an element of a group G and E be the identity element in group. If possible, there are two inverses, A inverse and A dash in a group G of any element A belonging to G. Therefore, A inverse star A is equal to A star A inverse equal to E. Also, because A dash is the inverse of A, therefore A dash star A is equal to A star A dash equal to E. Now, we know that A star A dash is equal to A star A dash. These are same element. Pre-multiplying by A inverse into A star A dash is equal to A inverse A star A dash. We know that A star A dash is equal to identity element. So on the left side we have A inverse star E. On the right hand side, using associativity, we may write it as A inverse star A dash. On the left hand side, A inverse star E is equal to A inverse. On the right hand side, A inverse star A is equal to identity element. So this is E star A. And E star A dash is equal to A dash. So we have A inverse equal to A dash. So we cannot have two inverses of any element in a group, or we can say inverse of each element of a group is unique. Now, inverse of product of two elements of a group is the product of inverses taken in reverse order. Let's see. Let A and B be two elements of a group G. Let A inverse is the inverse of A and B inverse is the inverse of B. Therefore, we can write A inverse star A is equal to A star A inverse is equal to E. B inverse is the inverse of B. Therefore, B inverse star B is equal to B star B inverse equal to E. Here E is the identity element of a group. Therefore, A star B inverse star A inverse can be written as, using associative law, A star B inverse. I have written this within curly bracket, and outside we have only A inverse. Again, using the associative within the curly bracket, A star B inverse star A inverse. But B star B inverse is identity element E. So we are left within bracket as A star E. And outside we have star A inverse. But A star E is A. Therefore, on the right hand side we have A star A inverse, and this is equal to E. Further, if we take B inverse star A inverse star A star B, again by using associativity, B inverse star A inverse star A star B, I have written A star A inverse star A star B within bracket, and now I will use associativity within curly bracket. So outside we have B inverse star, and inside A inverse star A star B. But A inverse star A is E, therefore within bracket we are left with E star B, and E star B is B. So we are left on the right hand side with B star B, and B star B is E. So we have proved that A star B inverse star A inverse is equal to E, and this is equal to B inverse star A inverse star A star B. This is like A inverse equal to E equal to A inverse A. So we can write it as AB inverse is equal to B inverse A inverse. Hence, inverse or product of two elements of a group is the product of their inverses taken in reverse order. We can this we have proof only for two elements, and this can be generalized for more than two elements. Suppose we have elements A, B, C dash 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 KLM of a group G. Then A, B, C, K, L, M inverse is equal to M inverse, L inverse, K inverse, dash dash dash, stars, C inverse, B inverse, A inverse. Let G be a group and A belongs to G. If the inverse of A is A inverse, then A inverse of A inverse is A. Let E be the identity element in G. Therefore, we can write by definition of a group that A inverse star A is equal to E. Now we pre-multiply both sides of this by inverse of A inverse. Therefore, inverse of A inverse star A is equal to inverse of A inverse star E. Now we use associativity. Therefore, inverse of A inverse star A is equal to inverse of A inverse. We know that inverse of A inverse is also a element of G because A inverse belongs to G. Therefore, inverse of A inverse star A inverse is equal to E. By again using the definition of a group for A inverse of A inverse. Therefore, inverse of A inverse star A inverse comes to be E. So E star A is equal to inverse of A inverse, and E star A is A. And so we get inverse of A inverse is equal to A. This is not by mistake. This is AA, but it is only A. The left identity is also the right identity. Let E be the left identity of a group G, and A belongs to G be a arbitrary. So E star A is equal to A. Let A inverse be the left inverse of A. So A inverse star A is equal to E. Now A inverse star A star E is equal to A inverse star A star E by using associative law. But A inverse star A is equal to E, so we are left with E star E, and E star E is E, and E is equal to A inverse star A. On the right hand side we have A inverse star A, on the left hand side we have A inverse star A star E. So by cancellation law, by left cancellation law, we can cancel A inverse on both sides. So on the left hand side we are left with A star E, on the right hand side we are left with A. Therefore A star E is equal to A. Hence the left identity is also the right identity, that is E star A is equal to A star E. Again, the left inverse of an element is also its right inverse. Let A inverse be left inverse of an element A belonging to G. Therefore, A inverse star A equal to E. Let E be the identity element of a group. So, A inverse star A inverse is equal to A inverse star A inverse by associative law. And A inverse star A is equal to E. Therefore, we are left with E star A inverse. And this can be written as A inverse star E because left identity is also a right identity. Therefore, by left cancellation law, on the left hand side we have A inverse star A inverse. On the right hand side we have A inverse star E. By left cancellation law, we can cancel A inverse on both sides. So we are left on the left side with A star A inverse, on the right side with E. Hence, A inverse is also the right inverse of A. Hence, the left inverse is also the right inverse. That is, A inverse star A is equal to E equal to A star A inverse. Thank you.